The 3 gems. Everyone's talking about how stressed we all are, how stressed our kids are, how anxiety is going through the roof, depression is going through the roof. I've got some real answers. Some real answers that are backed by incredible brain science, that are backed by our own parenting gut and by love. Believe it or not, we've been parenting from ideas from the 1920s. It's kind of outdated. We have all this incredible new neuroscience, all this technology that has allowed neuroscientists to look into the brain and really see what happens when we're stressed and what helps that. What really happens in the brain when a child is upset or worried or confused or overwhelmed or really angry. So, everything I do in my practice, everything I do when teaching parents is based on brain science, relational brain science, interpersonal neurobiology. So I've broken it down, parenting the brain-based way, where we integrate in everything that I teach love, psychology, and brain science. So I'm going to make it easy. The 3 gems. So, what's the first gem? Gem meaning you can use this with everything, and it will help to integrate your children's brains, make them more resilient and less bombarded by stress. First gem, lean in. We, all humans, are filled with the ability to have feel-good hormones ignited within our children, within people that we love. So what do I mean by that? When you see your child who is crying, angry, upset, overwhelmed, you want to lean in. You want to use this beautiful system that we have. You want to pull them close. You want to look at them if they're on the baseball field or they're up on stage or they're across the room and you can't get to them. You want to look at them with loving, calm eyes, and you want to smile and you want to connect. If you can, you pull them on your lap, you put your arm around them, and guess what happens? If we are calm and we are connected, we are leaning in, our body literally ignites in them feel-good hormones, and it then cascades throughout their bodies. Oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, prolactin, and more are cascading through their bodies. And those feel-good hormones turn off. They start to turn off cortisol, the stress hormone. They start to calm adrenaline. And it increases a sense of trust and a sense of belonging. And wait a minute, what did we have to buy? What did we have to carry with us? What did we have to learn? Nothing. It's right here. We were born with it, and it never runs out. It's free. It's when everyone says love is the answer, and that feels so corny, well, guess what? Nature designed us that way. And we're so busy as parenting, purchasing this and getting this, and what can we need, and let's do this program and that program, and it's right here. And we carry it everywhere we go. That's what the 3 gems are all about. Lean in. Number 2 is listen. It turns out that when humans are upset, especially children, logic is offline. Their prefrontal cortex, which is where the logic is offline when they're really upset. So, in our country, we've been taught, don't worry about it, it'll be okay, it's no big deal, but you can do it, but everyone likes you, what are you talking about? We logic it away. And guess what? If logic is offline, well, what are we doing? We're giving our kids nothing. We're giving them nothing when they're upset. So what do? We listen. And we listen to hear really what their upset is. Because what is online is the limbic system, the emotional brain. And the emotional brain does not understand logic or language. So we talk to the emotional brain. Wow, tell me more. Oh, I can see how upset you are. That sounds so not fair. The third gem, letting them have their feelings. It sounds so simple, and it really is, but we're so not used to doing it that it actually feels weird and hard and counterproductive, but it works brilliantly. It's brain science. So what we do when a child is upset is, and I've said this on other videos, we sit in the muck with them. We let them have their upset. We are so afraid in this country to let our children feel upset. And yet, when they are upset and they don't stop it in a minute or two, we get angry, we get frustrated, we can't take it, except we've never actually taught them how to sit with upset, how to sit with being upset, how to sit with being frustrated, how to sit with being disappointed, angry, annoyed, jealous, sad, scared, worried. Believe it or not, one of the biggest gifts you can give to your children, this third gem, letting them sit in upset, and we sit with them. And what happens if we're using the other two gems, right? We're sitting with them, we're using our feel-good hormones that are igniting them in them, and we get to feel it too. And then, as we sit and we listen and we let them have their feelings, they start to calm down. And they start to feel understood. And we all know that when we're really upset about something and someone we love is sitting with us and really listening and really wanting to understand and letting us have our feelings, not convincing us or pulling us out or don't worry about it, but oh my gosh, tell me more, that sounds awful. And that literally brings logic back online. It's kind of amazing, but yet it's kind of simple. And it's free. It's totally free, always accessible, even when we're rushing, even when we're walking out the door. All right, we gotta go. I know, but tell me, I'm listening, and I'm gonna half listen now because we're walking, but as soon as we get in the car, boy, I'm gonna be able to fully listen. So, all right, wait a second, this is awful. Wait, this happened? And we're so afraid. How could you say to your child, this is awful? They're gonna then think it's awful. No, they already do. And if you believe that it feels awful to them, they'll start to let it go and they'll start to be able to problem solve. So again, the three gems. The first one, lean in. Use this magic that we were all born with. This ability that when we move close, safe, loving connection ignites feel-good hormones and causes this gorgeous cascade of feel-good hormones, which turns off stress. It turns off stress. It turns off stress. And we carry it with us wherever we go. Bring your children close. And if they're a kid who doesn't like to be hugged and snuggled, then okay, then just kind of stand close and smile at them and be like, I'm sorry it stinks, or I got you, I believe in you. It will ignite the feel-good hormones and cause this gorgeous cascade in their brain that cascades throughout their body and starts to turn off stress, cortisol, and starts to increase the feeling of trust and belonging. That's what all of us humans want and need. And then when we really listen, and we don't logic, but we listen, and we try to understand what they're feeling. What is it like to be 8 and be that upset and you missed the ball and you didn't get it, and what are they feeling? We listen. What is it like to be 14 and see the Instagram post with your friends and you're not in it? What it is like when the teacher corrected your test wrong, or you studied and still you didn't do well? What's it like to be 4 and you didn't get the color balloon you wanted? Or your brother just took your toy, or your brother doesn't want to play with you. Or it's time to take a bath and you're too busy having fun. Lean in, listen, and then let them have their upset. By doing that, we teach frustration tolerance, impulse control. We literally grow neuronal connections between our logical brain, our prefrontal cortex, and our limbic system, our emotional brain. And the more of those connections grow, the calmer, the more rational, the more able to think clearly when someone's upset, the more they can handle frustration and impulse control and anxiety and even sadness. And we own all of those things. We carry them everywhere we go. Everything I teach, everything I talk about, love, psychology, and brain science. With this combination, we can absolutely help our kids today and help ourselves, because we're going bananas trying to help them because everything is so fast-paced. So this crazy technology that's made our world so fast-paced has also given us the answers. The brain science, being able to look in and see what goes on in a brain when a child is upset. What goes on in a brain when we lean in and we listen. It's amazing. And we all have it within us. And it will calm our children. And it will help them feel like they really belong, like they matter, like they're worthwhile. And it will help them come to us when they're upset. To us. Not to more video games and numbing themselves and not being able to turn off a TV, but coming to us. And the bonus, we get to feel better too.